Mr. Chuck Nutt!
Fake orgasm means you care. Let me tell you something. Nothing is more awkward than just like, what are you doing? Like that. So, oh man, thank you guys for coming out to our climate show where we have comedy about the climate change. That doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. It just does not sound right. Now, I am nervous. Not because of the show, but because we're all going to die. First of all, how many people knew that this was a climate change show, a show about climate change? By applause, by applause. Ooh, oh shit. Oh shit. I believe, that is uncomfortable. First of all, how many people knew that this was a climate change show, a show about climate change? By applause, by applause. Ooh, oh shit. Oh shit. I believe, that is uncomfortable. Because, this is not normally something that people come to a comedy club to see. Just like, oh yeah, what you want to do? Let's go out and feel better about the fact that we're all gonna fucking die. Like there are not too many people that want to do that. So for those of you who are here and you didn't know that this was going to be a show about climate change, the whole idea is to better communicate the climate crisis in a way that people will take note. Because quite frankly, nobody gives a shit. Nobody, as evidenced by the fact that most of you did not know that this was a climate change show. It will still be funny. It is still comedy. I say it's, it's dick jokes and climate change. You know what I mean? Like if we had more dick jokes attached to climate change, people would pay attention to it just a little bit more. So that is what we're doing. First of all, let me just say this. It is very fitting that on a day in the third week of spring, it is 89 degrees, and we are doing a climate change show. It's almost like God was like, yo, I'm gonna hook you up right now. I'm gonna make your point for you. And 89 degrees, that's what it is today. This shit should not be happening, okay? And what kills me is when people actually think that it's a good thing. I love when people are just like, I don't really mind it. Because I really don't like winter. And so this is actually kind of cool for me. I don't care. I mean, climate change, that's the one good thing about climate change. I hate winter. And I'm like, wow, you're not really into you at all, are you? Like, all the death and destruction and hurricanes and wildfires and mudslides and tornadoes and drought, all of that is okay because you don't like being chilly. I'm like, you know what that's like? That's like, hey man, I know that the chemo is very difficult, but think about a great wig you get to wear. Maybe this is a better analogy. It's like when you see somebody, you're like, hey man, I know you lost your legs, but think about a great parking. I know. And you know what's funny right now? I'm feeling this because you guys are looking at me like, dude, climate change is dark enough. Like you really don't have to help it out, I will say 89 degrees in April, and people think that it's very cool because it's enjoyable. This is where we are. The part of the movie where two young people in the middle of the night are by the lake and it's moonlit, and they're like, We should take off our clothes, get in that water, and have sex. All of us watching that movie know them motherfuckers gonna die. Did you know that no snow fell here in New York this year, basically? We had the least amount of snowfall than we did since 1869. Seriously, okay? There was more snow on Wall Street. Thank you, people who do cocaine. Thank you. That was a cocaine joke. Thank you. I'm not even gonna finish it. I just want to see who does coke. See me after the show. Oh, shit. Okay, so here's the deal. What is climate change? This is the deal. We are all on this thing called Earth, which is really just a giant 747 plane taking us on a ride. And some people on the plane feel like it's okay to fart. And we call those people fossil fuel companies. And we look at them like, did you just fart? And they're like, yo, I get paid to fart. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fart. Now here's the problem. Although farting is rude and inappropriate, these farts are fucking with the instrumentation of the plane. So if anybody asks you what is climate change, it is farts that's going to kill us all. There are people who take this and they want to make it political and they want to attack anybody who believes the science. And I used to think that those people were idiots, but then I realized that sometimes when I'm in New York City and I see a grown man in a suit with a briefcase on a skateboard, I think to myself, is that an eco-conscious climate warrior? Or just some dude with 12 DUIs? Here's what I like to do. I like to see what people actually know about climate change. And I like to do that by rewarding people's knowledge with my own fucking money. I like to put my money where the issue is. Anybody who would like to volunteer to come up for each right answer, these are multiple choice. $20. Do I have a volunteer? You? She had her hand up first. Come on up, young lady, come on up. Doing very well. What's your name?
My name's Lainey.
That's a white ass name. Say it again, say it again.
That's my nickname, though.
Okay, what's your real
I'll introduce myself.
Okay, what's your real name?
Helena.
Okay. Somehow it got whiter. Stuck with the lady. Like, you know what would be funny if you happened to like, what's your real name? Rashikwa. All right, lady, here we go. Here's your question. All right, just gonna pull this up. All right, here we go. You can see him here, right here. The Biden administration passed the most comprehensive climate funding. Oh, okay. The Biden administration. The Biden administration.
Okay, him.
Yeah, him. Okay, yes. Passed the most comprehensive climate funding in the country's history. Still, he confusingly approved Alaskan drilling project called A, Willow, B, Keystone, or C, the Palin Pipeline. Sir, put your hand down. It's Lainey's turn. Don't look for help. This is my money. What'd you say? Keystone. Guys, she is right. It is the Willow Project. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lainey, killing it. you. Give it up for Lady, guys. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Okay, no, not you, Morgan. You can't. You're my daughter. That's my daughter in the back, ladies and gentlemen. That's my daughter, Morgan. And no, you can't play because that's called a conflict of interest. Yeah, like you try to get me lynched out here. Like, you know, we found out that's your fucking daughter. I want my $20. You weren't playing. I want my $20. All right, you had your hand up, young lady. Come on up here. Come on up. How are you?
Hello, I'm Jackie.
Hello, Jackie. How are you? Okay, good. All right, what do you do for a living, Jackie?
I own a toothpaste brand, Just Jack.
You own a
Organic toothpaste.
Oh, a toothpaste brand.
Yes.
Oh my God! Look how beautiful her teeth are. Smile. That was that. And what's the name of it?
Just Jack's Inc.
Just Jack's Inc. Which sounds like a kid's game. You never played Jack's.
Just Jack's.
Yeah, yeah. It also sounds like, never mind. Sounds like a gay character on Will and Grace. Just Jack. Just Jack. Yeah, is that how it started?
Yeah.
Really? I wish we had time. I really do. It would be so fascinating to find out how this toothpaste brand just came into being. It's like, oh, white teeth everywhere. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Jackie, here's your question. Hurricanes, floods, and wildfires are worse or made worse by climate change because A, more moisture is in the air making the weather crazy, yo. B, increased carbon particulates act as fuel for storms. Or C, the earth, she hates us. Which one? We'll go with B, increased carbon particulates.
I think the earth is getting dry.
Okay, ooh.
A little dry.
Okay, that sounds very sexual. I don't know why. But you're gonna go with B. Unfortunately, the answer is A. More moisture in the air be making weather crazy, yo. See, I threw you off with the unscientific sounding answer, but it was the correct answer. But you got to put out an advertisement for Just Jack's. Give it up for Jackie. Take care. Woo, I'm so glad I didn't give her any money. My wife would have fucking killed me. How dare you? Get that hot woman money. All right, guys. We are ready to start our show. I still have 3 more questions left, so anybody who wants to play, you're going to be next, sir. Not now. In between the acts, but you guys having a good time so far? I just want to say thank you to all of you for being such a great audience. I was really nervous when I came up here. I'm not right now. I'm having a great time. I hope you are too. We're going to keep things going. This young lady that I am bringing to the stage right now is actually a not a climate scientist. She is a bona fide scientist who started working in the climate space, and she is also a stand-up comedian. Yeah, in other words, she's just trying to make all of us look bad, okay? Please give it up for Kyle Marriott!
Give it up one more time for everybody! Thank you for feeling me, I am short. And no one ever drops the mic for us shorties. I think this is a problem. Like Chuck, I have some notes up here because if you don't take notes, you're just fucking around, How are you doing tonight? How many of us feel like we walked into the wrong room? Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm glad. Okay. Y'all, I y'all that Biden has ended COVID protocols. You know, I know nobody else feels that way anymore. But it means that I had to say goodbye to somebody I love, okay? I'm an immigrant, all right? And American rom-coms taught me that every successful woman in New York City has a local coffee shop where they know your name, they know your order. That local coffee shop for me is my COVID testing man. So I'm sad I have to now say goodbye to Ramon, who has been my rock for the last 3 years, okay? But it's probably for the better, okay? Because I think he's starting to think I'm getting a little weird. My allergies are so bad. Sticking my swab up my nose is starting to feel erotic. Like, he'd be up there swizzling, and then he'd be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, yes." But honestly, like I wake up every day thinking, this is it. And it was such a relief to know it's not COVID, it's not the flu, it's not the cold. It's just trees fucking. Because thanks to climate change, plants don't know when to stop jizzing on our faces. It is almost Earth Day, okay? So go out there and get outside your bubbles, right? Go across political lines, meet some climate deniers, and give them this advice I always get as a woman. Just fake it. I do think a lot about the fact that like we need to be better about climate science and messaging around it, you know? If we're really gonna convince anybody to make a difference, right? Like, I don't know if you know this, I am inspired by clever stories and how they influenced me and my ancestors. Right? I'm from the Philippines, and I don't know if you know this, but like in the Philippines, we consume a lot of American media. Yeah? When I was little, I saw something that inspired me to become a scientist. Because I fell in love with science when I fell in love with Indiana Jones. So hot. I was so thirsty as a child. Okay. Cut to a few years later, all right, my parents decide to move to New York City, we immigrate, and I realize I can finally follow the American dream. Become a white man. Who has tenure, can fuck off to developing nations in the middle of a lecture, take something from indigenous people, say that belongs in a museum. But it's not stealing, because he's white. And that is how I became a scientist named Kyle. But truly, though, I'm just so impressed by incredible storytelling and American colonization. I am a first-generation Filipina immigrant. Shout out to my fellow immigrants. Brown people. We have lived at the forefront of climate change, you know? Floods, landslides, typhoons converging into each other, into big-ass megastorms. In the Philippines, it's so common, we have a word for it. Juice Day. So I'm actually glad that climate action is finally being gentrified. Thank you, white people. Because if history has shown us anything at all, it's that when Western society rally around an idea, it can gain exponential popularity, you know? Like, it is incredible what white people have done with yoga. and this TikTok move. The speed by which Megan Thee Stallion liberated flat asses in yoga pants. It is inspiring. It is inspiring. We gotta get clever. We need to convince the climate deniers like we convince people we love. Right? Like, I know we can do this because we do it all the time. And I'll give you an example for myself. Right? Like I said, I am Filipino, so spoiler, my husband is white. But he is one of the good ones, okay? He's been tested. I worry I'll say that with Filipinos in the room would be like, what are you saying about Filipinas and white men? I don't know. Some of my aunties have one and I choose to believe that's how they're colonizing the whites. So. I had to convince my parents. I had to convince my parents that interracial love is important, it is powerful, and sometimes it can bring us closer to our roots. Like I told my parents, I know you're disappointed he's not Filipino, right? But he is white, just like our Jesus. Because when you made me spend every goddamn Sunday of my life kneeling down and praying up to a half-naked, holy chiseled as fuck icon, that leaves a lasting impression, alright? What I'm saying is, if you two are dating a white man with a beard, we just trying to be saved. Okay? And I think I convinced my parents. I think they're like, okay, amen. You know? You know, we are so clever and patient when it comes to people that we care about. And I feel like we could really learn from that a little bit, you know? We just have to remember that there's power in that. And I'll leave you with this, okay? Like, interracial love, too, has taught me, you know, learning and patience goes both ways. Like my husband teaches me a lot about sustainable investing, things like that. And I teach him about the power of branding, you know? For example, my white husband doesn't approve of my immigrant tendencies to hang on to things. All right, I'm talking about used Ziploc bags, plastic forks, Starbucks napkins. I have so much Starbucks napkins, you guys. And he calls it hoarding. Okay? I tell him, if that's hoarding, then how come when white people do it, it's called a museum? You will never see me throw away a glass ragu bottle, okay? And I have never met a Danish cookie tin that I have never been able to reuse. I have so much thread I have never used, you guys. That's how it begins, y'all. That is my time. I am coming. Alright, I guess it's still me because like Chuck just decided to bail.
I can't get that.
Okay, there's a little bit of technical difficulties. I guess you're stuck with me for a little second. No, Chuck is coming back soon because he has $20 in his pocket and I think he's just trying to figure out how to keep it to himself. And not give it to any of y'all. I don't know. Give it up for Chuck Nice, everybody.
Keep it going for Kyle, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle, I'm never looking at Jesus the same way. I'll tell you right now, sexy Jesus, I don't know why. Sexy Jesus disturbs me and yet intrigues me. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I've never had these feelings before. Maybe I'll talk to a priest about it. Boom! Thank you! Thank you! Because that was good. It was on the spot. Did you see what I did? It was on the spot, my friend. Thank you. I got one fan. Rest of you suck-ups. Sucking up to God like that. All right, let's keep this song rolling. Right now, bring it to the stage right now. She is a writer, she is a producer, she is a podcaster, and right now she is here with us, the very funny Kat Barbadoro.
Thank you so much for coming to the show you didn't know you were coming to. Surprise! Homework! PowerPoint presentations happening for you. No, you guys are great. I'm so glad you're here. I'm sorry that we have to teach you things. I apologize. But it was funny, like, because I know what you guys were thinking, because it was the same thing my friends were thinking when I told them I was doing this climate comedy show. My comic friends were like, how are you going to write jokes about climate change? That's so depressing. My comic friends were saying this. And I was like, all of your jokes are about, like, jerking off and crying. Like, what do you mean? This is too depressing to write about. Like, have you seen other comedy? It's all about how fucking sad we are. That's the whole thing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I think the reason it makes people uncomfortable is because to talk about climate change as an American, you kind of have to acknowledge you're a little bit of a hypocrite if you care about it. And I think in American culture, for some reason, we've decided the absolute worst thing you can be is a hypocrite. Like, that is like the bottom of the barrel, like the bottom tier thing. And I don't know why we decided that it was worse to, like, inconsistently live up to your beliefs than to consistently be a huge piece of shit. Like, why did we decide that was better? Like, no, you know what to expect with me, nothing. Like, why is that? People are like, well, at least I'm not lying, at least I'm consistent, you know, at least I'm not virtue signaling. It's like, yeah, the problem with virtue signaling is the signaling, not the virtue. Like, why? You could just, you're like asshole signaling. You're telling everyone what a piece of shit you are. Like, why is this better? I don't know. It's fine. Where are the hypocrites at? Yeah. It's okay. We want to be better than we are. We're not there yet. It's fine. It's not a problem. Here's how I'm a big hypocrite when it comes to climate change. Look, I'm on this show, I'm a fucking communist, like, SJW, woke, whatever. Like, that's me, right? I really want to be someone who, like, lives sustainably. I also fucking hate America, you know? That's comes with the territory, right? But I was trying to think about what I like about America. Like, what's something that's keeping me here, you know? What's something that America does better than any other country on earth? And I think I figured it out. The thing that America does better than any other country on earth is air conditioning. Oh my God. Yeah. You are all on tape at a climate change show cheering for air conditioning. You monsters. But no, we have nailed it. We have figured it out. Look, I'm an overweight woman. I get sweaty. I love walking into a place and it feeling like a walk-in freezer. I love it. I know it's bad. I fucking love it. I feel like when you're American, you, like, subconsciously associate good AC with, like, authority. You know what I mean? Like, I was in another country in an airport and it was 80 degrees and I was like, I don't think these planes are getting off the ground. I don't trust this. Who's in charge here, you know? Like today, when it's 90 fucking degrees out in the middle of April, when I walk into a store and I'm like chilly, to me that means whoever's in charge of that store has put my customer experience above everything else on earth, including the continued existence of it. Like, and again, I know this is terrible. I want like an eco-socialist in the White House, you know? Apparently, I just also want a fascist at the thermostat. The less I agree with someone's political beliefs, the more I agree with their home cooling preferences. I know it's not good. Yeah, I don't know. Another thing I feel like makes me a bad like SJW type person is that I think we should keep celebrating Columbus Day. And I'm Italian, and people are always like, oh, we have to do it for the Italians. That's not why. We could replace him with James Gandolfini tomorrow. Like, no one would give a shit. It'd be fine. I think we need to keep celebrating Columbus Day because, like air conditioning, he is the most American person to have ever lived. Christopher Columbus, he discovered the New World, right? He was the first European to like bring the news back to like mainland Europe, right? He didn't think he was doing that. He thought he was discovering an ocean western route to Asia, right? He got there, he thought it was Asia, and he called them Indians because he thought it was India, et cetera, we all know the story. What I didn't know was that he went to his deathbed insisting that that's what he'd done. Other people knew that he had done something much cooler. He had found a new world, and he was like, bro, I swear those guys look Asian. And that is the most American thing I have ever heard. Doubling down on being wrong, while being passionately racist, that is American. Man, you guys have been so good so far, and now I'm gonna do the new stuff, and I'm worried. So remember how funny all that was, and continue that goodwill to my homework jokes. So I was talking to the students at UC Boulder, who we were working with, about like what climate change stuff I could write about, and we were talking about different topics. And they were like, what about fast fashion? And I was like, perfect, I'm a cheap slut, I can write about that. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna make you feel really bad for the next like 5 minutes. No, it's super tempting. It's super tempting to shop these fast fashion things. If you don't know what fast fashion is, it's basically like the fashion version of fast food, right? It's like high volume, suspiciously cheap, instant gratification, and also like fast food, it is made of petroleum byproducts, you know? Like, have you ever seen that video of them making the chicken nuggets out of the pink slime? Yeah. They're also making $3 mini skirts out of it. It's the same, it's exactly the same shit. It's disgusting. And yeah, like I've totally shopped Shein before. Like the thing that's so frustrating about fast fashion is it's one of the only climate change things that you can't blame rich people for. And that makes me so angry. Do you know how many things I have not had to learn about because I could just blame rich people for it? And then also, it's not men's fault either. What am I gonna do? This is the fault of middle-class white women. That is who is buying all this shit. It's not rich people. Because these fast fashion companies, they're selling like $6 dresses on Instagram, right? They're made in China, and that's like the entire business model, right? Rich people are not being influenced by Instagram to buy $6 dresses. They're buying $3,000 dresses because they're being influenced by the meanest gay guys in the world, right? Like, it's not the same business model. So they wear the $3,000 dress, and then in China, they make a plastic version of it, and then we buy it for $6. Like, that's a business model. It's really terrible. One thing I learned about this when we were doing our research for it is that we now buy 5 times as many clothes as people did in the 80s, which is fucking crazy, because they were doing so much cocaine. And that stuff is basically like capitalism powder. Like when I think about, like anytime I bought fast fashion, it's because I've been like, I can pull that off. And that is the most cocaine thought anyone can have. We're very lucky to they did not have internet shopping. But yeah, it's like the reason we buy so much is because these clothes, these fast fashion clothes, are only worn 5 to 7 times before they either get thrown out or donated or more likely dissolve in your laundry because they are basically made of paper if paper could kill more trees. It's uncanny. I don't know what it's terrible, but like the average American throws out 80 pounds of clothes a year now, which is crazy because that is the weight of one Chinese child who has made all of those clothes. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. I don't know what to tell you. That's who was making it. It's hard. And people think donating it is a solution. Oh, I'll just give it to Goodwill. 90% of donated clothes get thrown in the trash or shipped to the developing world. That, like, they don't take most of it. Bringing Shein to a Goodwill is like bringing pumpkin pie filling to a food bank. People do not want that shit. Like, how dare you? You really think like a family in South Sudan wants to dress like extras on Euphoria? That's my time, everybody.
About fast fashion now, you know, because I've always justified it in my mind that I was helping a small child somewhere in another country. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't help it, you know. So anyway, before we go any further, I think it's time to give away some more money. My money. By the way, Lenny is very. Come on up, man. What's your name? Come on up. Lenny, you are very knowledgeable about climate. I've noticed that everything that we say, you already know what's going on. What do you do for a living?
Social media.
You're social media? That's what you do for a living?
No.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. I was supposed to say, I'm going to go home and kill myself. It's like, if people are making money at that, everybody except me. Like, no, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a dancer.
Oh, okay,
Like an
fantastic.
actual dancer.
Like an actual
Not like
dancer.
not like a pole.
Hey, come on, let's not pole shame. Let's not pole shame. We don't need to pole shame. Those girls gotta dance too. Okay? I know a lot of girls that look for girls that you know. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing on the pole. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing on the pole. They working their way through college. And I'm helping them. Nothing wrong with helping them girls get an education. That's fantastic. Do you dance with a company here in New York City?
No, well, I used to dance with the Joffrey.
Oh,
Actually.
that is fabulous. Yeah, I used to sit on the board of Ballet X in Philadelphia. So I am a big dance fan, and I appreciate these uncultured fucks don't know. But I know that Joffrey is a big deal, so good for you. Fantastic. Come on up here, man. Come on closer. Don't worry. I am gay, but I'm not going to bite you. All right, what's your name, man? My name is Johan. Johan. Well, that's a strong name, isn't it? You know the way he said it? My name is Johan. He said that shit like he was on the cover of a romance novel. My name is Johan. That is who I am. Johan, what do you do for a living, man?
I say IT.
You know, you're in IT. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm looking at you right now. Makes sense, okay? Just gonna say, you look like an IT dude. Just gonna let you know, okay? All right, so here's the deal. Oh, shit. Okay, but I have them on my phone. I don't have my iPad up here, but give me a second. I'm so unprepared. I didn't know I was gonna do this, but let me pull up a question for you, my friend. Here we go. Okay, Johan. Here we go. All right. Come forward. Here we go. All right. If the Earth reaches 2 degrees Celsius, or 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit warmer, we will, A, lose 99% of coral reefs. B, have to listen to black people say, God damn, it's hot. Or C, we will see a tremendous decrease in the world's food supply.
B. I would want to go for B.
You want to go for B, you racist motherfucker? And guess what? Guess what? That's the answer. The answer is hot days will be on average about 7.2 degrees hotter. This is what we're talking. This is a real crisis that we're talking about, people. And you know, can you imagine, like the normal hot days in the summertime right now is about what, 96, 97? Pretty soon, the normal hot day in the summertime will be 104 degrees. And that means that black people will be walking around going, God damn, that's hot. And the real answer is it was all of the above, so take this $20 of mine. Give it up for Johan. I'm from Philly, and Philly, your name is Johan. Oh, all right, guys, time to keep this thing moving along. Did we switch the mic? Were you able to switch the mic? Fantastic. Right now, bringing to the stage, I believe his podcast is called, what's it called? It's a pretty good name for a podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, he's an extremely funny comedian, one of New York's finest. Please give it up for Dave Ross.
Oh my God, thank you all so much. Give it up for Chuck Nice one more time, huh? Truly killing. Well, this is like far and away the most fun I've ever had with anything that has anything to do with science. Thank you all for making this climate change show fun. You guys were all like, climate, ha! I love you so much. I want to say a few things about what I've seen so far. First of all, black people are not the only people that are going to be yelling, God damn, it's fucking hot, man. It's 86 today, and I was like, fuck! Fuck this, dude. And I know that that's a regular temperature that just happens 2 months from now, but I was still gonna yell that in fucking June. I can't handle any of it. Black people are yelling goddamn, white people just die. We're just gonna fucking die. 104 degrees? We'll either die from the heat killing us or from blowing our fucking brains out. Which is also a white people thing, as far as I've seen. Look, I have friends. Shut up. Do you all notice how I stopped knowing where to look, so I just looked into the light? Maybe this will help. My father was a moth. You guys get it. That's what. Fuck yeah, dude. Man, you guys are stupid as shit. You're all dumb. Fuck yeah. I was watching this whole show and I was just like, fuck, dude, this is rough. I think climate change might be my fault. I think it's my fault. I'm like rolling over my life. I do all of this shit wrong, dude. And I mean it. I'm like, let's go down the list. I have a hybrid car. That's true, but it runs on oil and coal. Man, fucking sorry. That's my bad, dude. I own 4 million cows, and I won't kill them. I just let them shit. Oh, man. They just won't stop shitting. My 4 million cows. I keep buying buildings and just running the AC, dude. Just running it. My house is plastic. You can look it up. The 3 biggest polluters in the world are China, the US, and me. I am sorry. I keep bullying the CEO of ExxonMobil. I'm sorry. Gas. You get it. Come on, Exxon. I don't know why I wanted you to like the ExxonMobil line, so come on! Like it. CEO, fuck him, I hope he dies. Oh, there's CEOs here, eat shit, fuck them all. They're the reason for every single problem. Obviously those were all jokes. I don't do those things. I don't have a car that runs on coal. I don't drive a 200-year-old train to work. One way that I'm pretty sure climate change is my fault. I used to work for the Democratic Party, and I think we all know that the Democratic Party are our last hope with climate change. They're all we have. And I'm the one at the Democratic Party that decided that they should only send you 5 emails a day. I'm sorry. They were like 10, 20, that's how we're gonna fix problems. I was like, no, only 5? And yeah, they should be sexual and threatening, but only 5, yeah. They should bring up tragedies. I cannot get off the Democratic Party's mailing list. Because what happens is you sign up 100 years ago or whatever, and then they add you to the mailing list for every candidate they'll ever have. And truly, the way that, I don't know if you're on these email lists, I'm so happy for you if you're not. But it's just like, vote for Chuck Schumer, or you'll fucking die. It's crazy. It's like, relax, man. It's 8:30 in the morning. Have you ever been sad? Well, vote for Biden. What? Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm like, I hate them both now. I hate them all. It's a weird thing that happened to me in the pandemic. Been a Democrat my whole life. That was my politics. Now my politics are that I think every single politician should die. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. And obviously I'm kidding. I'm not going to kill all the politicians. I live in fear. But if you guys want to do it, I won't snitch. I had sex a little while ago. That's right. Sure, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Pretty big for me, yeah. 40 years old, finally did it. Some of you are wondering right now, well, what does sex have to do with climate change? And all I have to say to you is that the person I had sex with was a polar bear, okay? That's right, he walked up to me, he was like, you're destroying my habitat, you know? Could I at least get, a little something? And so I fucked this polar bear. He was like, pull my fur, and I was like, sure. And I was like, there's so much of it, Took all day. Polar bears are huge. Yeah, it took me a week to fuck him. Wow, this is the most psychotic set I've ever had. And it's supposed to fix the world. It's interesting, you guys left your house thinking you'd be an audience member at a comedy show, and now you found out that you're a hero. Wow. Good job, everybody, we did it. I had sex with a woman, and I don't talk about sex really in my stand-up anymore, and it's because I would do it when I was younger, and I don't know, there's something, being 40, being older, it just feels not me anymore. I don't know if that's I remember being 25 and being like, listen to this, but that's, now what am I gonna do as a 40-year-old man, I'm just like, I touched her pussy, Christ, relax, buddy, you know what I mean? But this thing, I hooked up with this person who's a friend of mine. They're like, in every category, this woman is great. Beautiful, sexy, we get along, we're friends, you know what I mean? But we have the absolute worst chemistry you could possibly have. And isn't it crazy how that's what it is? Again, when I was younger, I was convinced, I was like, some people are good at sex and some people are bad, but it's just you're trying to, someone's bad, but, not me. Pretty good. We were having, I was having sex with this girl, and she goes, whose pussy is this? Which is just not my style of thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna stand up here and say I don't have a kink. I got some stuff. I'm like, I got a little bit of like, what I mean? Which is most sex things. It's either I'm the boss or you're the boss or whatever. It's some sort of boss thing. We're both the boss. That sort of works maybe. You gotta, one of you has to want to be the boss. But I'm still not, whose pussy is this? That's not my thing, you know? So she said, whose pussy is this? And I swear to God, I said, yours. We laughed so hard. We laughed so hard, both of us. And then we stopped having sex completely. And the laughter was so much better than an orgasm could have possibly been. In my defense, I thought about it. It's not generally the woman that says, whose pussy is this? The guy says, whose pussy is this? And you're like, yours. You're trying to create a situation where you're like, whose pussy is this? Mine! It's mine! Everything is mine! I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, so, I don't know, I just do not have chemistry with polar bears. Okay? Don't worry, I don't have a list of jokes. I just have to, every few minutes I like to read a little bit of the Bible. That's right. Love that guy. Good book. You guys read it? Great book. It's right here on my phone. Chuck, forgive me, I can't tell. This light's on. Should I?
Yeah,
it's about time?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's bedtime, hasn't it? I've had to go for a while now, haven't I? This is actually kind of awful that I'm still up here, isn't it? I'm truly hurting everyone in here. Man, you guys have been so great. Thank you so much. Keep it going with Dave Ross. Keep it going. Dave, you are an animal, man. That was amazing. That was so funny. Let me just say this though. The whose pussy is this thing has happened to me. Except she didn't ask it like whose pussy is this. She asked it like whose pussy is this because she was 86 and confused. Once again, on the fucking spot. All right, guys. Here's the deal. Very quickly, who wants more money? Who wants money? Anybody want to? Right there. She's got her hand up. That hand up. Ready to go. Come on up. Here we go. Fantastic. All right. How are you? Oh, great. Wow, what a lovely voice you have. How are you? Okay, and what's your name? Rosie. Fantastic. And Rosie, what are you doing here in New York City?
Nanny.
You're a nanny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. To a married couple?
Yes.
The wife must be gorgeous. She's pretty hot, isn't she? Let me tell you something.
Yes.
She better be, because let me tell you something. I'm speaking just as a man. Like if you came up to me and you're like, oh, I would like to be your man, I'd be like, bitch, you better get away from me. You are not trying to ruin my life. Like the wife has got to be so hot because nobody should have a hot young nanny like, you know what I mean? That shouldn't be happening like that. All right, here we go, Rosie, and it's time for you to see if you can take my money. All right, here it is. A bomb cyclone is A, the latest album due from Kanye West that was delayed because it had anti-Semitic and anti-Ukrainian lyrics. Okay. B, a rapidly intensifying storm that grows like fucking crazy, yo. B, or C,
a saying that means that something is really cool and it really has nothing to do with climate change. That's a hard one, isn't it?
B or C, because C can mean any.
Uh-huh.
Period. But I kind of, you know what? I'm going to say
I'm gonna stick with B.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Kanye West. The answer is B. Thank you. For a moment, I was excited. I thought I was going to keep my money. You almost went. She almost went for C, like he's trying to trick me. But, okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your next act? Are you guys having a good time? Are you guys enjoying yourself? Are you enjoying yourself? All right, fantastic. Okay, here's what we're going to do right now. I'm bringing to the stage one of my favorite comedians. Damn, Katie, I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of your special. What is the name of your special, Katie?
Feeling of emptiness.
What is it?
Feeling of emptiness.
Feeling of emptiness. Come on, that's hilarious right there. Katie is one of my favorite comedians in the world. Please give it up for Katie Harrigan!
Amazing was this weather today. This weather. This is so amazing for August. It was concerning in April. I don't know if it's string bikini season just yet. So now, how many, make some noise by round of applause, how many people are climate people that are here? Let's see. A couple people sadly clapping because you're sad about global warming. Okay, I get it. And regular people, you guys are regular people in front. Yes. That's fun. We got a lot of couples in the front. That's fun. Yes. Okay. Love it. I just moved in with my boyfriend. So yeah, thank you. Very exciting. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still going back to my apartment once a week just to fart. Right. The ladies know. The ladies know. How about you, miss? You fart in front of your boyfriend here? Did you? Oh yeah, she's got the ring. Yeah, you better fart. Ring, right? Yeah, hell yeah, pull my finger. Right? Good for you. Hell yeah, ladies need to fart more. We do. For feminism, right girls? We should be farting more. Right now. No, just kidding. Don't force it. I'll share. No, little fart, just a little fart joke. As the climate people call it, the carbon emission. Thank you. Now, I've heard this, you've heard this, that the cow farts, the methane, that contributes to the climate crisis, right? But doesn't that seem like it was made up by a nervous girlfriend, right? Watching a movie, like, hey, what's that smell? Oh, that farm down the road! It's out of control! So yeah, no, my boyfriend's cute. He's at home, and I haven't seen him today, so actually tonight when I get home, I'm planning on surprising him by bringing up a fight from 3 weeks ago. Age difference. Yes, he is older. I feel like I need to specify. I know I look like one of those teachers that talks to students. Trevor really saw me. But no, I noticed the age difference in weird times, you know, like my boyfriend, he has some antiquated views about TV. Yeah, like I want to binge, okay? I want to watch Squid Game until I cannot feel my legs, okay? He won't do it. He wants to watch one episode a night like we have a 7-day rental from Blockbuster, okay? I get so mad. He's like, no, babe, we gotta savor it. I'm like, no, it's not the 90s, motherfucker. We don't have time, okay? The earth is running out of water. I want to thank you guys. This is, it's really been so cool to be a part of this project. We've all been working on a project with the University of Boulder, raising climate awareness, and it's raised mine. Actually, this shirt, sustainable fashion. Yeah. How fucking cool is that? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Right? And I know because it said it right there on the tag. Yeah. They had their own separate tag that said sustainable, and it was huge. Oh my god, practically a booklet, and this was only $5. Can you believe it? Yeah, which is great because actually the first couple fell apart immediately. My third sustainable shirt. Thank you. No, I'm joking. It's easy to get sucked into greenwashing. You guys know what that is, right? Greenwashing is when they make the products seem to be eco-friendly, and it's tricky. You can't tell, because they use enticing language like, we're boldly fighting global warming. We're bravely fighting. It's like, wow, very brave of you to try to get me to buy your product, huh? And they are so bold, it's hilarious. Like, these disposable pants are good. That's H&M, H&M, that's all their stuff. Like, sustainable! Like, the only thing you are sustaining is the lies, H&M. It's hard, you can't tell. Everything says it's sustainable now. It's like, am I being catfished by my underwear? I have no idea. I need panties. And it's not just clothing companies either, it's everybody, like plastic water bottles. We have all these plastic water bottles that you can recycle, but you can't. You can't recycle these, right? You could, if you could, but you can't. No, New York doesn't recycle plastic bottles. Nobody fucking does. Did you know that? Yeah. I know. It was a relief to me to find that out because I have just been throwing mine in the river. No, I'm kidding. I do not use plastic bottles. I buy the big, gigantic metal ones that are also disposable. Everybody greenwashes. It's not just companies. Everybody does it, It's like, you kind of have to, You can't just stand up and be like, well, I hate the planet. Right? Unless you're like on Fox News or something, right? If you're a celebrity, you have to say like, I love the planet, and then you take a 17-minute private jet ride. Did you guys see that? That was Khloe Kardashian, right? She did the stuff. Yes. I don't know why we're surprised that somebody with that much plastic surgery is fake. Okay. Is it her fault? I would never ride in a private jet. Because I can't afford it, but actually climate consciousness is like, actually this is the best I've ever felt about being broke. Okay. I'm like, go on a cruise. Not me, bitch. I'm not poor, I'm a hero. I want to be more climate conscious. I want to, because I want to get married. I want to have a family. I want to have a better world for me and my kids. And my boyfriend, as I was saying, he's not here, so I do think it's okay for me to share this. I'm pretty sure that we're about to get engaged. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know I can't wait to tell him. Thank you. Well, we are going on vacation next week, and he's already told me that he has no plans to propose. I'm like, but isn't that what you would say? So I picked a photographer. Just kidding. But wedding season. It is upon us. I just went to a destination wedding. Oh my god, it was in hell. I've already been to 2 weddings this year. One of my girlfriends had an eco-friendly wedding. Yeah, turned out it was in the park. Yeah, it doesn't get much more eco-friendly than that. She was really into being a conservationist of the wedding budget. So, it's like the climate crisis that we are trying to prevent actually is ruining your wedding because it is fucking pouring right now, Shelley. Climate crisis is getting worse. You can tell it's getting worse, right? You can tell it's bad now because now the hot people are scared, right? Like I remember friend in the corner at the party, like, the Carl's dying. No, not now. Remember, you're like, oh, who cares? I'm getting dick tonight, bitch. Out of my way, ho! No, not now. Now Ashley is ruining brunch with facts. Okay? It's serious. One of my hot girlfriends, she said if we don't start curbing the carbon emission, that by 2050 the world will start going into an apocalypse. Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe we could all get together and talk about this after the baby shower. Like, let's not upset mommy while we're opening presents, okay? Like, oh, I got the baby a rattle. Well, I got the baby a knife! 'Cause that's about to be fucking Game of Thrones out there! But no, you know what? We all have to do our part. We have to do our part. You know, I'm doing. I don't use the gas stove. I haven't used it. I have not used my gas stove since the fire. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for being so cool. I'm taking it again.
Come on, keep it going for Kenny. Fantastic. Okay. So guys, we're about to bring it on home. I have two very special things for you. One is the next comedian, and then after that, we have a little musical act that's going to come up and do some original material that was written just for the show, which is, I think, really damn cool. You know what I mean? Yes, it's Kanye West, and he'll be doing something from his latest album, A Bomb Cyclone. But right now, before we get to that, I'm going to bring up your last comedian of the evening, who is a good friend of mine that actually we came together through the climate effort, and he's the only person that I know, that I actually know, who has been arrested for this cause. Actually went out, protested, put his ass where his action was, and they arrested him for doing cocaine at a climate rally. I was like, well, buddy, you still did it. Please give it up for the very funny Mr. Nat Tosa.
Chuck, please. When you heard I've been to jail, you did not expect me to look like this, huh? People were like, is this the rapper? Who was the guy? No, I went to jail. I gotta tell you something about jail. It's boring as hell. No one tells you that. You can memorize any Outkast song in the time that it takes to be in jail. I did. It's funny that Chuck said that about coke because I was arrested at a climate rally. It was like a sit-in thing. We blocked the entrance to City Hall to try to pass the Build Public Renewables Act, which Kathy Hochul is still considering. Thanks, Kathy. By the way, that's, if you don't know, that's how that's how politics works. Schoolhouse Rock lied to you. You just have whoever yells at the politicians the most. They don't like getting yelled at. That's how it works. But before we got arrested, the people who were organizing the protest, they were like, hey, if you are going to risk arrest, you got to make sure not to have any weapons or drugs on you. And I was like, yeah, okay. That shouldn't be a problem. Do I look like I normally have a switchblade? I mean, like when I'm, you know, if I'm in Shark's territory, yeah, I'm a jet. But other than that, till my last dying day. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess I do have like a couple of pills in my wallet and a vape pen in my breast pocket. And I was at a party last night and someone handed me some, okay, I see your point. Yeah, okay, that's good. No, I'm not like a big drug user. I am Italian, I'm a jet. And, jet? Yeah, I'm a jet. Most of the people in my neighborhood are Sharks, but I'm a jet. That's where I live in Brooklyn. And, you can figure it out. I'm Italian. I'm not the stereotype of an Italian. You can tell. I'm an Italian stoner. That just means I like to save a little bit of the bong water to thicken soups and sauces. Not really a rumble kind of guy. you who didn't know that there was a climate crisis, but rough way to find out. Actually, probably a good way to find out, to be honest. One of the better ways. But I got good news for everyone in this room, regardless of your disposition. My dad bought a hybrid car! Woo! Climate crisis over! Wrap up the show. No more information. Tell Greta Thunberg get on the boat back to Stockholm. We're done, maybe. My dad got a hybrid car, probably because it's a little cheaper. And here's the thing: he doesn't think he's saving the world with that. But people get so mad when I tell them that my dad has a hybrid car. They get so mad at him. They're like, "Oh, you think you're gonna save the world?" And I'm like, "I promise you, my dad didn't even think about that." He's thinking of fuel economy right now. And not for the planet, for how much it costs. But people will always say the same shit. They get so mad. They're like, "Oh yeah? Oh, you think he's gonna help the world with that?" Well, actually, he's gonna drive more because he thinks that he's got low emissions. So he thinks he can drive wherever he wants now. And I was like, no. The hardware store is the same distance from my dad's house, no matter what car he's driving, and he's going to go there once a day, no matter what. And it's so fun. And there's another thing that people tell me, they're like, "Well, do you know that hybrid cars actually are much more prone to accidents? Like hybrid cars are much more likely to blow up." And what's funny about that is that it's not at all true. Someone just made that up to scare us. But it's also a bad argument because the best way to lower your carbon emissions is to die in an explosion. You'd think we'd want that, right? Like, yeah, I got a nice American car that will probably explode. I don't know, because I do think about this stuff a lot, and like I realize like there's one counter argument to hybrid cars that I do get, which is that you don't want to be associated with Elon Musk. And I think that's valid. Yeah. Am I getting a round of Elon Musk has done some good things, like for example, almost, like if he ruins Twitter, I'm gonna have about 10 more hours a day. That's good. People got really mad because he was sitting next to Rupert Murdoch at the Super Bowl. They're like, "Oh, well, he claims he hates the mainstream media, and Rupert Murdoch, is the mainstream media." I'm like, that's not, like, they've got a lot more in common than they have apart. Like, they both like killing dogs, getting left by their wives. You gotta share a hobby with a friend. It's okay to be cruel to billionaires, you guys know that, right? Woo! I was up late last night Googling solar panels. Oh, sorry, no, I said that wrong. I meant to say, like, I have clinical depression. Did I say that right? Yeah, I was reading about that because everyone puts like solar panels in their house, but there's this other form called concentrated solar power. Maybe you've seen it. It's like a circle of mirrors. It's like a big mirror Stonehenge with a big mirror Stonehenge penis in the middle. There's no better way of putting that. That's what scientists call it. And it like stays warm at night, and then it can generate energy overnight, and apparently it's way more efficient. And I was reading that, and I was like, well, why don't we do that everywhere? And the problem is that it takes up a lot of land space to lay out these mirrors. And if that is your concern, I have good news for you. Most of the country is useless. I was looking it up, and I was like, it would take a landmass roughly the size of Florida to power the entire United States. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm willing to make that exchange. Oh no, a giant prison for trans people? We're gonna just pave over that and power the entire country with free electricity? Like, yeah, I think we can manage it. Some of our grandmothers will be sent out to sea, but I think that's okay. Put them on a raft, we're doing construction. I got a bummer for you guys, though. I know I said the climate crisis was over, but I was doing some research recently, and one of the biggest rising contributors to greenhouse gas emissions is legal marijuana. No! I know, I also didn't want to know that like, I can't be smoking so much weed anymore. Like, I gotta cut down. I don't want to be a part of that. So now I only smoke weed at night or on the weekends or when I feel like it. I was like, cool. You know, I'll probably like lower my tolerance. I don't want to be super high all the time, you know? Can't be like that. Problem is I forgot that now I have no tolerance. I was trying to be conscientious, but I went to go see a movie with my friend the other day, and right before we went in, he was like, hey man, do you want to smoke a huge joint? And I was like, yeah, that's something I do. It's not, I forgot. And then we're walking into the movie, and he was like, hey man, do you want to eat this pot brownie? And I was like, yeah, no bad story has ever started this way. Sure. And I ate it without any follow-up questions. And then I knew I had miscalculated when I was afraid of the previews. It wasn't like a horror movie, it was like Zootopia 3. I was like, oh my god, this rabbit's looking at me. But I'm experienced, I wrote it out, I'm fine, I'm at the movies, and then like halfway through the movie though, pot brownie started to kick in. And here's how I knew that I was too high, which is that my friend, who wasn't too high, was just vaping in the movie theater because we live in the future, and he hates the environment. And he goes to hand it to me, and as he does that on screen, during the movie, just coincidentally, 2 cop cars pull up and cops get out, and I hide the vape pen behind my back. Like, I don't know if you've ever been so stoned that you forgot that fiction exists. All right, I'm Matt Townsend. You folks have been great. Give it back up for time.
Keep it going for now, Daddy. Look at all right. Okay, there it is. Speaking of high, I thought I was high for a second. I was like, I knew there was a mic stand up here. So here's what's going to happen right now, just to let you guys know. I'm going to give away my last $20 because I'm that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm the dude that will do that. I'll give away my last $20. Or should I give away 2 10s? Oh wow, y'all just ready to cheat somebody out of $10. Yeah, go on. No, I think we're going to keep it to 20 because we got to move things along. But your checks are going to go down now while we do this. Okay, I'm going to do the last $20. Okay, and then we're going to hear from rapper OHM, which I think is really cool. You guys down with that? Let me just say this, and I mean this. I say this all the time, like, wow, what a great audience you guys are, but I actually mean it this time. For once, I can say this and not feel like my life is a lie. You guys are a fucking unbelievably great audience, and I mean that. And every single comedian said the same thing on the way out. They were like, those guys are amazing. So thank you so much. Okay, who wants to win this last $20? More than you cannot play. That was my daughter again. She was like, yo, by the way, all I do is give you money. Why do you need to do this? Are you putting her hand up for her? Come on. Fantastic. All right, and what's your name?
Maggie.
Maggie. That was very cool, Maggie. And what do you do for a living?
I am a buyer. Yours in fashion. In fashion.
Oh my God, we have been shitting on you all night.
Not fast fashion.
Okay, what kind of fashion is it?
Slow fashion.
Let me tell you something, Maggie, you should have been a lawyer because I'm telling you, you know how to lie on the spot. She just made up slow fashion like it was an actual thing. What kind of fashion is it? Slow fashion. Yes, okay, and you are very fashionable right now, I will tell you that. So, and this is a great dress you're wearing. Can we see your dress? Did you design that or anything?
No.
No, okay. So, but you're a buyer, okay, not of drugs, but of the actual clothes. For any, would it be for a retail outlet or a chain that we know?
J. Crew.
Oh! Ooh, I'm happy. Now, I don't know if J. Crew is sustainable, but I know they're not fast fashion. Because I buy your stuff, and it is, I'm telling you, I had to mortgage my house. J. Crew is very expensive. Slow is not the word. It's gotta be slow because you gotta go to work to make the money to buy that shit. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Let me pull up your question. Here we go. Okay, this one is not multiple choice. I know it's mean. That's why I saved it for last. It is not multiple choice, and there is only one correct. No, I take that back. There are many correct answers, but there's only one answer that I am looking for. Okay? And there's only one answer I'm looking for, and because there are many correct answers, I'm going to tell you, sir, what the answer is so that people will know that I'm not screwing you over, okay? So come here. Okay. I gave him the answer because there are many correct answers to this, but there's only one that is significant and really matters. Here is your question, Maggie. What is the most effective measure the world can take to stop global warming? Take your time and think about it. Take your time and think. Don't you dare! Look at you in your cute dress trying to get there. She's 32 years old. Okay. All right, Maggie, do you have an answer for us? Now, you got to make sure, because I said there are many correct answers, but there's only really one. Okay? Okay. What do you think the answer is? Okay, she said cut carbon emissions. Now that is correct. But I'm gonna make you earn it now. And how do we do that specifically?
Cars. And stop farting! Stop farting!
I gotta tell you, if we're doing a callback to the beginning of the show, and I said that fossil fuel companies were basically farting in the plane, then your answer is correct, because that would mean that we would stop burning fossil fuels, which would be the equivalent of stop farting. Yes. So I'm gonna let you have this $20. Give it to Slow Fashion Maggie. Slow Fashion Maggie. Maggie, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Maggie just stole $20 from me. That is all I'm gonna say right there. Okay. All right, guys, you got your checks? Are we good with the checks? Okay. Right now. Oh wait, Joe, you ready?
Yeah, hey, what's up, yo?
So this is Omar. Omar came up here from Philadelphia. I heard this young man do a couple tracks, and I was just like, yo man, can you write just a rap for me and put it to whatever beat you could come up with and do it live in front of an audience, which I think is just incredible that he would do this in this way. That's a big... Check him out on YouTube. The guy is amazing in terms of just being able to spit rhymes off the top of his head. But this is Prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, from Philadelphia, I give you rapper O.H.
Yo. Wait, Chucky, can I fuck around for a second?
For a second.
Wait, is God's bitch still in here? Is God's bitch? Mrs. Lord, is she in here? Mrs. Christ? You a scientist, right? Yeah. Hold up. Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of time people talk about science, scientific discoveries, papers, and they say, what if they're wrong, right? Like, what if they're wrong? What if they're wrong? Isn't that what an experiment is? Isn't it when you be like, oh, I have an idea, what if I'm wrong? Like, that's what that is, right?
All right, word. All right, Mrs. God knows. Oh, can we do the joint? This is called not seasoned because it's hot, but it's not seasoned. All right, I'm high on my fault. They call it truth and inconvenience for all the youth that you believe in. I'm surfing like a Polynesian, online research to find a reason. So tell me why the hurricane was early. Tell me why the summer wasn't burning. Tell me why the glacier shelf was melted. Tell me why the God denied it melted. They call it truth and inconvenience for all the youth that they believed in. I'm surfing like a Polynesian, online research to find it. They know it's hot, not seasoned. They know it's hot, not seasoned. All right, y'all, listen fast. I wanna smoke no greenhouse gases, holding this heat they got making me look like the equinox deeper hot after summer solstice passes, air it all more than you see that barometer, no pressure, thermometer, don't sweat it, gasolina, unleaded, BP, clean up, re-up, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, yeah. They call it truth and inconvenience for all the youth that you believe in. I'm surfing like a Polynesian, online research to find it. You know it's hot, not seasoned. 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 I'm gonna roll global. I'm gonna roll no local. Go-go. American Eagle just might be a dodo. Endanger my species, so please take a photo. Thank you.